Okay, so let's talk about the post-game recap for the New York Yankees and Atlanta Braves. Second of two games. They won the first one, but unfortunately they dropped today's effort by a score of 4-1. They lost this game by a score of 4-1, and but the effort should still be part of the conversation because there is not much on the Yankees side, unfortunately. Corey Kluber did start against young stud Ian Anderson, and Kluber he threw 4 2/3 innings. He did get his pitch count up into the upper 80s. I think it was 87 pitches, so it wasn't as efficient as we'd like to have seen, but at least a step in the right direction. Only gave up 2 runs, and one of which was, there when he was still pitching, and then one of which was given up by the man who relieved him. I think it was Nick Nelson, and who walked a guy with the bases loaded. And then eventually became 3-0, eventually became 4-0, and then Clint Frazier had an RBI single at the end of the game to make it 4-1, and that's how the game ended. Back to Kluber, it's a step in the right direction. Remember, he's coming back from a long layoff, as is Jameson Taillon. So both of them are going to need some time to kind of get back to as close to full strength as possible. So I'll take the progress. And again, he didn't give up 5 runs, didn't give up 6 runs. It would have been nice for him to get through at least 5, but unfortunately he didn't. But got his pitch count up. He's healthy, so we'll take that. And aside from that, the bullpen was fairly solid for the most part. Aside from too many walks, and Nick Nelson that was pretty much the bad spot there. So, but and for the most of the game, they out-hit the Braves. But Braves got more timely hits, more clutch hits. The Yankees missed a lot of opportunities. They look lethargic. They look lost. They look sloppy. And that's the bottom line. And I think some changes need to be made. Now, I'm not saying go trade people and all this stuff and release people, but they have to be willing to bench people. And they have to be willing to let guys that are just sitting in the minors and performing come up and get an opportunity. That's the bottom line. Gleyber Torres looks like he's not even paying attention. Looks like there's no effort there, really. Aaron Hicks, same kind of thing. They both look lost and not interested. Gio Urshela did unfortunately come out of the game, but it was only lower back tightness. I originally thought it was maybe a leg injury, but he's day-to-day with lower back stiffness, so that's that can be addressed and that can be maintained. So, but I think you have to sit Torres, and I think you have to sit Hicks at the very least. Frazier's kind of was working through a really long slump, but thankfully he got his first RBI on the board towards the end of the game, and I think he'd be a guy who I would keep in there for a little bit longer, just to let him get through what he's getting through. But at least he's showing effort. He had made a fantastic catch out in the field today, and to save a run. And so I see the effort from him. But those two guys, and even Aaron Judge, sometimes I wouldn't be afraid to sit Aaron Judge. I think a lot of the pressure is kind of coming on DJ's shoulders and Stanton's shoulders. And Stanton, at the very least, he's had some poorly timed strikeouts and stuff like that. But at the very least, he's performing somewhat consistently. The rest of the guys aren't really doing that. And Judge did have a hit today and stuff like that, but a lot of poorly timed strikeouts, a lot of just these guys are taking 2 obvious pitches, and getting themselves in a 1-2 count or an 0-2 count, and then a lot of the Yankees hitters, and then wind up swinging at a ball in the dirt or something way out of the plate to strike out. So they just look really sloppy and lost. Mike Ford get a nice base hit today, and again, that mustache is legit. So it's good to have him back. But you have guys like Estevan Florial performing. You have a guy named Chris Gittens who's been down there forever, and there might be an opportunity for him to come in and at least get some days, and give them a fresh bat in the lineup, and be able to give Judge a few days rest or Stanton a few days rest and let him play. There's opportunities out there. You rest Gio for a couple days, that's what Tyler Wade is for. That's what Odor is for. That's why he's here now. So to give them to infield some depth, because you sit Torres for a couple days, let him get his head straight, okay? Or you sit him for a little while and let him straighten things out until he's showing the effort again. These guys are major league ball players. They're adults, so they're not going to show effort. Somebody else will be more than happy to step in and do it in their place. So, that's essentially the recap of my 2 cents of the game. Again, it's disappointing This was a winnable game for the Yankees, even though it would have been a tough matchup with Ian Anderson. But he ran out of steam, and they brought in the bullpen, and there were situations where they had opportunities, and they did not capitalize on them. Even DJ LeMahieu grounding out the bases loaded, but at least he put the bat on the ball. Okay? Some of these other guys look awful. Absolutely awful. And the team just does not look interested. So, there's an opportunity to let some other guys play. Let somebody else provide a spark. Take somebody's spot. That's what these guys play to make the major leagues for. I mean, now you have to make some really harsh baseball decisions. That's what I would do if I were the GM. So we'll see what Cashman does. We'll see what Boone does, and that remains to be seen. But I would definitely keep an eye out on I would sit Hicks and Torres, no doubt about it, and until they're ready to come back, until they're ready to perform and show effort and interest. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. So that's the recap. My most recent videos, if you haven't seen them, take a look in the description. I did the the 6 most impressive games ever thrown by a starting pitcher, single game, and then my last video I put out the 10 greatest seasons ever by a major league starting pitcher. Those are both in the description down below. And my next video, I'm going to do the 12 greatest seasons ever put together by an offensive player in Major League Baseball history. Wait till you see the stats. You're not going to want to miss it. So hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification so you don't miss it if you haven't done so yet. But if you like baseball content like this, I'll be recapping every Yankee game too. So make sure you do that. And please hit the thumbs up. It's really helpful to the channel's growth. And I'll be doing a giveaway. So I hope you watched the video up to this point. I'm going to do a giveaway at 2,000. Once I hit 2,000 subscribers, and I'm about 1950 right now. So I'm going to pick somebody. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do so because it'll automatically get your name in the running. Okay? I'm going to do a giveaway at 2,000, and I'm going to do another one at 3,000. So every 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to do a giveaway. And so let's get that. Let's get this channel over 2,000 over the next week or so, and then let's start working our climbing our way towards the next milestone. So because every time we hit a new milestone, the giveaway is going to be bigger. So just keep that in mind. Thanks for watching. Talk to you next time.